the outside of our concertina, so that when you open the bag you see the pattern rather than seeing the plain. So I just wanted to make sure I'm right. So if you've got a pattern side, then the pattern side should be the valley. Okay, I hope that kind of makes sense. This, if you are doing your first fold and you want this to be the outside of your concertina, then make sure that these two ends are folding up. Okay, right, there then, let's do that again. So which way I want these, so fold up with your first one. Okay, so there's the pattern I want. So the first fold folds up, and then just concertina all the way through again. And because I've done both sides of the scoring on both sides, this folds quite easily, which is why I'm able to do it literally in my hands. So if I only score one side, it wouldn't fold quite as easy. So once you've got it, you just want to manipulate it so that it sits straight on top of each other. So it's nice and straight. When you've got to there, then bring in your bone folder and push all of that down, both sides like that. And you can even open it out and push those down as well. Like that. I'm going to do this side as well, just to get some of those creases nice and straight. And I'm going to do this because otherwise they are very, very springy, as you can see. So there we go. So almost ready to start adding our papers. Right, there we go, they're done. So I've done myself this template, so I know that this piece is where I glue onto my inside of my my purse, and then the next one is where I'm going to glue my dividers. This one, glue there. So I'm just going to lay that down, and I'm going to pop this in. So this is the inside of my my purse. I'm just going to open it up a little bit so that I can see how I'm going to glue. So these two edges are going to glue onto the back of my folder, and then I'm going to pop these in like that. I want to bring them to the top. I'm gluing, hold on, yes, I'm gluing on this one. So I want to make sure that the top of these joins the top of my inside like that. So I'm just going to grab some glue again, fold that over, fold that one over. So I think the best way to do it is to, so this is my edge one, so I'm going to, this is what glues on the inside of my thing. Don't want to glue it onto there, I want to glue it onto this one. So I think this is going to be the best way to do it. Grab my glue. Oh, now this is going to be interesting, isn't it? I want to put that, so I don't want to go all the way to the bottom, otherwise I'm going to end up gluing these all together. So I'm just going to make a mark at the bottom of each one. Let's bring them across. Just put, now this is going to be at the bottom on the inside, so you're not going to see this. I want to make sure they're glued in. I don't want to glue, because if I was to glue all the way down, when I bring this one across, it's going to glue onto there, isn't it? So make a mark like that. Do the same this side. And yeah, last one. I was just checking on here. So I've got, that's, don't glue that one, nor that one, but this is going to go onto there. So that's about 1/4 of an inch above. So tuck that one under like that, fold that over, and then get my glue in. So all the way down, but not quite to the bottom. And then bring in, oh, I want that one on the front, so I'm going to leave that one till last. Or would I be better just to flip it over? I'm thinking out loud, but probably not making an awful lot of sense, I'm guessing. So that one I'm going to glue in there, and all you do is you just sort of buff it up. That's not the best one to show you, is it? Because it just sort of sinks into that. Once you've got that glued in, fold over the next one, and you're going to glue along there again, stopping just 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. Let's bring that one in, and oh, I need to put a little bit more glue near the top. I don't want it to fold too much. Again, using the wet glue gives us a little bit of wiggle room, so I want it to at the top there. Let's do that, and then fold that over. Actually, I didn't need to do that line, did I? Because I could have just seen from there. Oh well, I will live and learn for the next one. Okay, and then bring in the next one and pop that in like that. Push it up to the top, and it's handy because the concertina means that you just buff it up to where that is, where that fold is, and then use your finger just to reinforce that. Do the next one and just keep going. Bring that one in. Let's line that up. Line it up with the top. And I'm just going to bring that over and use your fingers to, oh, make sure that's nice and straight. That one went a little bit skewy there, so make sure you're buffing it up to that score mark. Fold that one over, and I'm just going to keep going until I've done all of them. I think there's 2 more to go. Let's bring in that one, pop that on there like that. Make sure that's all buffed up to there. So you want to make sure it's right at the top there. It's butted up to that score mark there. Keep them lined up nice and straight like that. Then bring the last one in, which is the one I wanted at the front, but I think it's kind of messed up a little bit there, but never mind. Do that, it's ended up at the back after all. And let's just slide that into place, line it all up, bring that over, and we can rub that down. So what we've got now is we've got, it's like a little bit of a book, isn't it, I suppose. So we've got all of those glued in. So let's bring over the other one. Just use the table to make sure they're all lined up nicely like that. Let's bring the other one in, and this time we're going to do the same on this side. So let me think, how are we going to do this? So that's glued. Right, I think I need it on this side for me. So let's open the book up. So I need, again, lay that one down. We're not going to, so I've got my concertina. This is my edge. I'm going to fold that under, lay it down, and I'm going to bring this one across, because this then glues onto there like that. Okay, so let's start. Let's get the glue on. And I'm just being careful. I'm going to try and do it by eye. About 1/8 of an inch. Let's push that up. Don't want it to ooze down. So don't go more than 1/8 of an inch at the bottom. Let's bring that piece across and line it up on there, making sure that it's at the top there. Buff it up to that edge there. Use your fingers to crease that down, and then bring the next one across and put glue down. And this time I've got that little, I can use by eye, so I don't go beyond that on here. Put that glue on and flip the next one over. I'll move it that way, so I mean camera shot a little bit more. Line that up like that. Now this side will try to pull it a little bit, so just be aware you may have to hold this side a little bit more until the glue has grabbed. So just do that, and while you're holding it, get your glue, get that on there. Again, I can use the bottom of that card to help me by eye. Bring that across and line it up. There's that lovely paper that I wanted on the front, but hey ho, it's in the middle now. Never mind. Again, just be aware that this side will try and pull a little bit, so just be careful and make sure you buff it right up to the top and to that crease mark there. Grab the glue again. Almost done. Bring that one over and line it up. This is the fiddliest part of it, I think. Although maybe the handle is, I don't know. Right, fold that one over. Almost there. I think there's only another 2 to do, and then we're done. So I don't know whether we're still on the first part, well, on this one video, whether we've crossed over to another video yet, but hopefully you're still with me. So push that in, and this is the last one. So fold that over, get some glue in there, bring that one across. This should be a lot easier now. Line that up like that. So making sure that top is straight is the main part. And there you go. That now is the inside of our concertina purse, all ready to go. And let's just reinforce all those creases and push the glue into the card. Right, whew, and breathe. Right, so what you want to do is, once you're finished, you want to make sure that you've got these like this. So you've got these pieces are definitely folding out, and then you've got the zigzag. I've got my patterned card on the outside, pattern side out. And on this side I've got my pattern side out, so that's all in the right order. Having my template really helped. So if you want to stop the video and do this, what it is you've got 16 separate pieces. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 in our 12 by 5 3/4. So having that has really helped to kind of remind me, and you know, sometimes when you're just a little bit confused and you can't work it out, so I would highly recommend making yourself a little bit of a template. Let's pop that there. That's given that a few moments to catch. Let's bring this back in. So this is our base of our purse, accordion purse. So what we want to do now is to pop it in. Now our papers, so if you remember, our papers don't go all the way to the bottom, so this little bit goes at the bottom of our concertina. So I'm just trying to decide which way round I want it. So it's only because I've got the patterned papers inside, you see. That's the only reason. If these were plain, then it wouldn't make no odds, but I think I'm going to lead. I want this to be the front of my purse, so I want this to be what I'm looking at inside, so I can see all those patterns. So right, I'm hoping I'm making sense. So these two outdoor or outer edges, this is where we're going to put our glue, just on these either side. So get your glue out, put plenty on, not too much because we don't want it to ooze too much, and I'm going to do both sides at the same time just because it's easier. And I'm going to grab this and just make sure that that's spreading out, because I want to get this edge and this edge where the fold is, so that we get really good contact when we lay them down. So on both sides, so we've got glue all round. Also, as I said in the other videos, if you've spread it out, it's a bit thinner, so it dries just a little bit quicker, so you get a better grab. So I've got my glue on, I've got all my concertina in place, I've got this is the bottom, so this is the bit that goes on the base. So I've got my glue on, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to line it up. So I find it a little bit easier to hold like that, and then just line it up inside your book. So just hold that straight, get your fingers in there. You want to make sure that's nice and straight on there. It should fit well onto the papers. Don't go too far up because you want a little bit of a lip there. If I squash that down a little bit, hopefully you can see. So you've got a little bit of a lip at the top end, and it just sits just within that lip there as well. And if I turn it around this side, you've got the same there. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm just going to get in there and just rub that down so that we've got full contact along there. So I'm just on that piece that we've just glued, and pushing that in like that. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Just going to get in there and push that down, because what I want to do is get right into, if I just pull that back, I want to get right up to that sort of crease mark there, so that we know that we've got good contact all the way down like that. And make sure I do it on the other side as well, just to double bubble check. So fold that back. There we go. So we've got really good contact, and that then is really well glued in. So we're going to do the same on this side. So I've got my two leading edges there, so let's get some glue down on those like that, both sides like that. And again, I've got my spreader, so I'm just going to make sure, oh, that needs a little bit more glue there on both. No, that side's okay. So spreader, and just getting into those corners, because we want to have this grabbed all the way down. Let's push that down a little bit. That makes it a little bit easier than it bouncing up at me. Do the same on this side. There we go. It needs a little bit more glue at the top. That's got it all the way in. Okay, and it bounces up really well. So let's just fold this over like that. And what we want to do now is make sure that these leading pieces that we've just put the glue on fold onto there. So I've just folded it across. Let's just put that in place like that. Use my fingers just to push that into there. Let's just fold that over. Oh, it's shifted a little bit. Right, so let's do this side as well. Bring that up a little bit. Like that. Just take your time with this part, because the back of the purse is a little bit more fiddly because you've got the front of the purse right over the top. So just push that like that. There we go. And then get your bone folder again. Get your bone folder in there. Pushing that paper into a card at the back. Do that front and back and get a really nice seal between the glue and the papers. Let's do both of them. Right, and then you've got your concertina storage box almost finished. So last part, I'm going to pop this to one side while it dries, but I need it now for this part. So bringing in, so do you remember this that we did? We've got our handle in place, and that has hopefully started to dry. So what we want to do now is try and figure out which is the back, which is the front. So that's going to be my back, so that's going to go on there. So what we want to do is put glue down here. Don't go all the way to that crease there. So this is where our chipboard is. This piece, which is just the card, stay at least half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch away from that, from this score here that we put in that little crease. Go all the way down here. Make sure you get all those edges again and those corners. We'll do that in a second, but don't go all the way. What happens is, if you do go all the way to the top, when you start to open and close it, it puts a lot of pressure on here, and this will start to rip. So we're going to stay away from there, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch away from it. Depends how much you're going to use it. If you're going to use it lots, I'd go for the 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to put a little bit more glue down there, because this will have a lot of, not pressure on it, but because it's going to be used, and I want to make sure that we've got some really good contact on there. So again, make sure you've got those corners get those corners like that. I'm going to put that over there and do those edges. Should have got a little bit of card or paper or something on there, shouldn't I? And that way it wouldn't have mattered. So let's just do that. Okay, and get my finger on there. I can rub that off there like that. Everything goes on my jeans. Right, so this is the back. So I'm just going to hook that over like that. Ooh. And hold it down. If you prefer, you can use some double-sided tape just to hold everything in place for a moment while you get this, while the glue grabs. Okay, and then I'm just going to put my hand inside just to support that back piece. Ooh, I don't want it to move though. Let's hook that over completely like that. Oh, I said this was going to be fiddly, and I was right. Right, okay. So get your bone folder on and really push into that. Maybe if I did it that way. What do we think? Oh no, because then I can't get into anything, can I? Ah. Right, let's try again. So I think maybe yes. So do as I say rather than as I do. And what I say is get some double-sided tape in there just to hold it down a bit. Okay, where's my other bone folder gone? Can't find anything on my desk anymore. So this is a bigger one, so I'm hoping this helps. So there we go. There is our lid on. So that will take a few minutes to grab and dry, but there is our purse done. Right, so the last thing that I want to do, and that depends, I should have grabbed these first, shouldn't I, before I put the video on. Let's see, there we go. I've got my Velcro dots. So let's see if we can get a couple of these. Yeah, I've got some dots there. Let's cut those through. So these are circles. Let me show you. So those are my Velcro dots. I've got two here. Just going to cut through the middle of them again, so that I've got dots on either side. And what I want to do now is to put some on the inside of my lid. I'll turn it around this way so you can see. I'm just going to peel off one of the backing sheets, pop it inside, so one either side. Let's try. I can't see very well from this angle. Right, there's one. Let's do the other one. I want them roughly the same spot on there. So there's one. Let's see. The handle does make it even more tricky, to be honest, or fiddly. And let's get that one. Is that roughly? Yeah, that's roughly about the same. So I've got those in there. So I use my fingers just to make sure that there's plenty of hold on there. Then take off the second part and then fold it over. When you're happy, then push it together. Squeeze it together like that. And push those down like that. And then, first time you do it very carefully. That one's okay, and that one's off. And then we've got our two dots on there. And that then will hold our purse close. So there you go, one finished accordion storage purse. It looks like a very cute little purse, looks beautiful from the edges as well. And you can decorate it up as much as you like. I may even get my peel-offs out. Do you remember peel-offs? So I might even put some peel-offs around the outside. There will be a photo, well, the first video of this week, you will see what the finished accordion storage purse looks like, because I will have shown you. So open it out and you've got lots of space in there to store all sorts of bits and bobs, and it's just really pretty, isn't it? I think I might even make some as Christmas presents. So I could make some of these and then inside do some handmade cards for in there and gift them as some presents for people for Christmas. What do you think? So there you go, one accordion storage purse almost finished. But I'll show you in the first video. You will have already seen, hopefully, by the time you get to this video. So if you've been crafting along with me, hopefully your purse looks as pretty as mine. I hope so. And if not, go back and have a look. But if you make one, please upload a video or a picture and tag me in it. I'd love to see how you get on. So I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye for now. Oh, and thank you so much for sticking with me and for going all the way through this series of videos. Don't know how long it is yet, because I don't know whether this is 1, 2 or even 3 videos, but we'll see. Anyway, speak to you soon. See you in the next video. Bye for now.